It's interesting to me too that a lot of people think that in the United States, President Obama is the most progressive president ever, and if you don't like progressive politics, you don't care for that. And probably no one would have guessed that there'd be another world leader who would be as progressive in so many ways as he. But Francis has kind of turned out to be that guy. He retains certain, of the more conservative aspects of the church. But even today, as we're talking, word comes down that he's loosened up the rules on annulment, right?
Right,
And
right.
I mean, it's just really interesting the focus that he's taken. I see a lot of similarities in kind of the humanistic approach between him and Obama. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just
Yeah.
the layman's view, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. A good point. Good point. I'm sure that there were a lot of people who would say that the Pope is a socialist just like Obama. That's what people would say.
Uh,
But I take your point.
yeah. Well, why should the average person be moved to care about the 50th anniversary of the Declaration Nostra Aetate,
Yeah,
which I'll point out again, October 28th, 2015?
right, right. Well, I tell you, it's it's something that's happened. The changes that have gone on since 1965 have happened pretty quietly. And really, one of the main reasons, if not the main reason, that I wanted to put this little book out was to kind of raise that up so that the people who have been involved in the changes very quietly could begin to put a name on why those changes were happening. And so, for instance, all of the changes that have happened in terms of textbooks, teachings in religious schools, teachings in Catholic schools, teachings in seminaries that have happened over the last few generations have created a new awareness of the affinity between Catholics and Jews. So, by and large, Catholics in the world today, young Catholics in particular, aren't to tell this story about how Catholics used to not go into synagogue, be forbidden to go into synagogues, or there was this harsh treatment between Catholics and Catholics of Jews. Young people nowadays who've come up with the new teaching, they find that very strange, and they don't relate to it, and that tells us how far the teaching has come. That it's not even in the wheelhouse of most people of a generation today, particularly in the Western world and certainly in the United States. But people don't really understand where it came from. They don't connect the dots. They don't understand that their feelings of openness, their sense of connection, their brotherly or sisterly connection between Catholics and Jews is a reason that happened. And the place that it began was in Nostra Aetate. So to know that story better is to know ourselves better and to know from where our beliefs spring. And so putting the historical connection on it, putting words to it, saying Nostra Aetate, saying the declaration on the church and non-Christian religions, saying these things so that people can understand it, forces us to go, aha, have an aha moment and say, this is important and this is where it came from. So.
All right, so one more question for you. We're rapidly approaching the anniversary date. The Pope will be in the United States later this month, September 2015.
Right.
Will the 50th anniversary be celebrated in this country and around the world?
Well, there's no single particular event that'll be going on in terms of commemoration, but there have been many, hundreds, thousands of commemorations that really began within the past year around the world, and that are continuing now. In fact, if you just would Google Nostra Aetate commemorations, you would begin to get all the things that have been happening and will continue to happen around the world in advance of that. But I think that Pope Francis coming to America at this time in September, a month before the 50th anniversary, coming to speak to the United Nations while he's here. I think it'd probably be very appropriate, not at all surprising, if he were to mention Nostra Aetate in his address to the United Nations, particularly as the anniversary is getting ready to come up. And I think awareness will build. I'm sure awareness will build as he talks about it, deals with it, and we get closer to the anniversary. So,
right. Well, folks, listen, you can find Jim Barrens' new book, In Our Time, Nostra Aetate, in great stores everywhere. I can tell you from personal experience, I know that it is $6.99 in paperback, and you can download it as an ebook for $2.99. Get it instantly that way. It's available on all the ebook platforms. You can get it for the iBook. You can get it for Amazon Kindle, for the Nook. I'm probably forgetting some. Kobo. It's pretty much available anywhere you get your ebooks from. And you can order it right now at a great price at MrMedia.com. If you're watching this show on MrMedia.com, you probably know already that below the video, to the left or the right, you'll see a copy of the book. You can click on it right now. It'll take you to Amazon. You can order the book in any format that you want, paperback or ebook, and get it there. Jim, do you have a website or somewhere people can come to learn more about the book?
Yeah, well, several. My main website, which I've run for many years, is called thejusticefactory.org. One word, thejusticefactory.org. It's concentrated on community organizing. I also have a Facebook page dedicated to the book. And so the name of the Facebook page is the name of the book, In Our Time, Nostra Aetate, and there's a lot of information there that is related to the topic that I'm glad I'm able to put up.
And are you on Twitter as well?
I am. I'm on Twitter as well. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
How do people find you on Twitter? What's your handle?
You know, I've got to look that up.
All right, folks, I will have it on the page with this interview.
Yeah.
You trust me, I'll find it for you, folks.
Good.
All right. Well, Jim Barrens, my friend, and
yes.
You know, I'm very excited that I got to publish the book. I think it's a big deal, and thank you so much for joining us on Mr. Media today.
Thank you, Bob. It's great. It's been a lot of fun.
Turn your back on the deceiver. It's a bad idea to believe her. A bad idea to believe her. Turn up the stereo receiver. Turn up the stereo receiver.